No, those are the old ones. I know. Yeah, we did. Because remember, I had the money at my end. And it ended up being $1,205, I think.
There's nothing about the 5,000 from the, oh, but you had the money.
Yeah, that's the only reason. Sometimes I did genetically, but most of the time that was the only reason that was.
Where's your gavel?
We're waiting on. Are you ready?
She said that a while ago.
Interesting.
Oh. I didn't hear.
You're fine.
Okay, it's 1:34. And my clock's wrong. I was looking at the clock. Okay, it's 1:36, Brenda. And we're gonna do the Animal Shelter Advisory Board. Called to order. So the citizen comments, nobody's here. Reports. So this is discuss and take action or pass any of the following: Animal Shelter Advisory Council minutes. Everybody read the minutes? Okay, so I just need a
Motion to approve the minutes.
Okay.
Second. Aye.
So
Any nays?
we just want to say aye all together? Aye, okay.
Aye.
Discuss and take action on April 29th. Oh, we just did that. I signed her twice. General discussion on existing animal shelter facility.
We just do things that we gotta get with Matthew Parsons for the water heater, because Lawrence was on the tail end of that one. He was pretty much almost done. And when he left, that kind of got stopped. I gotta see Parsons about where he was at on that. Got our storage buildings. New electrical is done. We talked about that in the last meeting. Besides that, nothing really.
So what we need, Lieutenant Rivas, right now, we're having a lot of issue with the gates and the back kennels, and inside we've got a Houdini dog in there, and I don't care what
Tell
you
about
put
that
on it,
yesterday.
he's gonna get out. And so you can see on either side of the gate, there's pretty big gaps, but there's more of a gap on this side than this side, so if he could push it up out just enough, I don't know how he squeezes.
We have
I mean,
no
I-
idea how that.
Because
I
his
had to
head
wrap
is
all
fat.
the way around it, and
he gets out, and just knocks everything over and everything. But I don't know if we can get somebody to come and work on some of the outside kennel gates. And if we had just two of the kennels if we had two dogs that are really breaking out, like Elvis is kind of bad about it, and if we could get those gates, I know we have the money, plenty of money to do it, plus the water heater.
Yeah.
And if we can just find somebody to work on the gates. They did it a long time ago, but that guy didn't really, everything he's done is falling apart.
And I even told Lawrence that, yes, I even told him, like, let's just redo the whole back gates, but they only wanted to spot build those sections.
Yeah,
That's
I
all they
know.
wanted to do, so.
I think if we just, even some of the outside gates need to be adjusted because the
yard
lawnmowers
guys
have
run
hit
them.
them, yeah. They run into them and they're hard to open now, half of them.
Oh, in the yard?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Because
know.
they'll get them with the tail end of the mower, and
What's budget, so the gates, yeah. It's all that, did somebody look at that AC in the middle, in the front?
I mean, it's staying at 72 where we have it,
It's
so it's
just
not.
hot because there's no insulation in that other room, I guess.
We had the window open.
I was glad I did that for each round, a little
It didn't freeze you.
kind of stuck, so.
Yeah, he's gotta open that back window when he uses certain things. Or we're all gonna die. What else have you done?
That's pretty much it for now. I mean, these water heaters, I mean, electric got fixed, we got our storage sheds, stuff like that, so.
Just a quick question. Is there any way to get that place, I'll use this term loosely, clean? The floors haven't been mopped, except for when Joe did it 2 times in the cat area. And it's just disgusting with all the kitty litter and the tracking in and out. Is there some way we can just have it spring cleaned a little bit? You can't spill water on it without raking up mud.
I get on busy, I can bring a power washer for the dogs, so all in the back, but
I can borrow the power washer from
that's what needs to be done
Parks and Rec,
because.
'cause it's when they're out, when the dogs are outside.
I was kind of talking the cat rooms.
So we can move the
Oh,
cats
yeah, that's
into a
good.
different room real quick and just set up
You
the
can't
kennels.
power wash in
Well,
there.
I cleaned that front cat room after the puppies got out of there and I
Well,
scrubbed
that
the
one, yeah,
walls.
if it's
and
got a floor that can be
Well, no, we can't
cleaned.
power wash there, we move the cats. and
We
can
can't
get the
do
floor
that.
You
in
can't,
there.
you can't
No,
power
I-
wash.
We have
I
a
know.
steam cleaner somewhere. Where is it?
We did, what happened to the steam
It's in the
lock?
storage unit, cause I put it out. I was
That's
sitting
what
on
we
one of the
could
top
use on
shelves,
that.
so.
Yeah, but I wasn't particularly volunteering
Oh, yeah.
to do it.
No,
I
there's
just,
ways we can clean that room, we just move the cats.
On
we don't have to power
Wednesdays,
wash.
there's
Yeah,
2
yeah.
people.
how do you power wash it?
No, we can't
Oh,
power
yeah,
wash.
yeah, sorry. Hearing aid's not that good.
Oh, you're fine.
It just, I mean, if you look, you've been in there, Rebecca, it's just, it's, that middle room hadn't been mopped even in 2 years
And I
since you
took that
did
rug
it.
and put it back under the
I know,
counters.
I miss it.
Well, you know,
You said that there's a good budget.
There's money in the budget for certain things.
we
Can you
really
get
need,
somebody to professionally clean?
I don't think anybody would do that.
yeah,
Stupid.
it's nice to have that.
Would you?
Well, I might if I were
rug
being
going from
paid.
the back room, you know, through the middle room, because it's, when you walk out of there, it catches all the.
Oh,
dirt and
yeah.
everything.
Oh, it's just a mud
We
pit.
can get a long rug
Was it dirt or what?
It's dirt
From
from the
there.
tracking from the back.
and dirt, you
But
name it, it's
Kitty
everything.
litter dust is just rapid. It's
So
pretty
it sounds
bad.
like it needs like a pretty cleaning. That,
Just a,
I'm not sure
Well,
that
maybe
these
when,
guys can do it.
maybe when we find homes for all the kittens.
There's no more coming in.
Yes,
Well,
and
we-
no
we
more
were- we
coming
were-
in.
and when you wake up from that dream,
We had, no, well, we were pretty empty for a few days.
we were,
We were pretty,
yeah,
we were like
exactly
almost
3.
So then, that's when we need to take the slats out and clean under there and all that
Well,
stuff again.
We've done that, no, we've done that recently, but, I'm really talking about the floor and the walls. You know, we clean the cages pretty frequently, but the floors and the walls,
Yeah, we'll have to pull those out. Well, somebody will have to.
What I'm
pull
saying
them.
is, there are these services that they come and they clean.
What
you
happened to
just get a-
Scott?
Huh?
Has Scott been over
he
here?
went to Oklahoma.
He's
Yeah,
not
he's-
come,
off on adventures.
he's not come back.
Yeah.
He'll pop back up, yell at us.
To professionally clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe we can look, at least look into it for my sake, cause
Well, if there's a budget, then what can this cost, $300?
I'd say 1,000.
That much? Okay,
Put it back in the
whatever.
room.
Well, is there a budget for that?
I don't know. That's a Joe problem, or question.
I almost looked at that budget, I think that's done already.
Yeah, I'll have
I'll
to
do,
get Darla to print out so I can look at it.
and I'm going to look at, see what them going on, so we can handle it internally if we need to hire somebody else to do it.
That would be awesome.
And
I would be great.
And remember, we have that, some of that money that's supposed to go towards this building to keep it
Yeah. that's what
running
I'm
and
going
up,
to.
so we have quite a bit, there's over $50,000.
Yeah, I know they purchased the office, the mobile office, they put it there at the, storage room,
Yeah,
storage shed, and they've already fixed the electrical
We
stuff
have-
already.
we talked about it at one of the council meetings and it was quite a bit, we only spent like,
Yeah, I'll get with Darla and get full lists and something up, like, and then we'll look at stuff, and I'll do is I'll walk over there, sometime next week and see what we need to get done. Yeah, but I think the other building is gonna be 2-3 years out, so just to keep it, up and running.
So it's better to farm it out to somebody that does it professionally, because obviously they can't do it, the volunteers can't do it, and it's bad. Okay, so if we're gonna have that small, old facility for 2 or 3 years, much stuff if it has areas where junk is coming in.
Oh, well, the junk is coming out of the kilo litter. When we move the
Well,
kilo litter stuff
Well, I'm
outside,
saying, if
that
it's
helps.
coming from outside.
Oh,
then,
well, it comes from, yeah,
You
it
know,
does.
put some
It's hard to
patch or
keep the
something, you know,
dirt and
something.
sand out of
It is. Like, you can't keep it out of your house, really, so.
Put some pads to the front, like, you know, those.
You just
outdoor
need the
carpet
long
things.
roads, yeah.
Yeah.
That would cure a lot of it.
It would,
Yeah.
it really would.
Cause then every now and then you can take those outside and
Beat 'em
spray
down,
them off.
spray 'em.
No, you can spray them off
Plus,
and wash
being
them.
spraying.
Okay, anything else? Paula, anything?
Well, I mean, I have some stuff that goes along with F and G. Is that
Okay.
where we're at?
No, we're still.
We're still on.
We're still on C, so let's go and
I was
update,
on D, where are we?
update and
Well,
general
that's the new
discussion on the new
shelter.
animal shelter. Well, we're still waiting on
Waiting
the
for the-
GLO, but everything else is in line and, they want the shelter to be gone so they can use it as a parking lot after this building's done, so maybe they'll get a little fire, I don't know.
Is somebody working on the design? Are you working with the design people?
Well, what we're waiting on right now is the guy to give us the square footage. We spent 6 hours with him. And he'll come back to tell us how many square feet
Is this
we
the-
need, and then we'll go from there.
This is the shelter guy that.
Yeah, Shelter Planet,
Okay,
yeah, of America, and so we'll see.
But then, once he comes back with the square footage, do you start on the architectural design, or do you have to wait till you know where the land?
We need to get with our budget. Our budget meeting is August 11th, if anybody wants to come. And, that is something we'll talk about.
Yeah, once we get those square footage, they can price out how much their needs gonna be, so.
What the budget is. per
Problem
square
is, they're
foot?
spending $25 million on raising there and pulling it from everywhere, so. We'll see what we came up with last summer. Okay. General discussion, letter E, well, general discussion on daily procedures at the animal shelter.
Now we have our daily logs we have to do, which is what this whole binder is for, very simple. And we fill out stuff that we did and whatnot. But daily procedures, the same thing we do every day, just
Do you log every call that you go on and the duration of that call?
not the duration of it, but we do log in if we get a call for a dog or a leash or whatever. We'll
You
say
don't log, like say 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock went
Yeah.
for a dog fight, you just say went for a dog fight?
We'll wait, like, we'll say we went at 10, we got back around 11. Like, when I get back, I'll write 11 o'clock, came back.
Okay. So is there a day of the week when there's more calls and a day of the week when you have a lot more calls than
Hey.
any other?
Honestly, no, it's just sporadic. There's never,
It just seems like when you're there, there's more calls than when Aaron's there. Because, I mean, I drive by there and the truck's gone, I assume you're out on a call.
so sometimes it's also just driving around the city too, driving up and down the beach and all that, so I'm not always just on a call.
Oh, okay, okay. And he doesn't do that?
I'm supposed to, I don't know if it does.
Oh, you're supposed to drive up and down the beach?
Around the city, yes.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
So, yes, Paula, you had something you wanted to talk about.
Well, mine was more with, the intake and adoptions and just record keeping and having to do with when y'all come take animals too. So, basically, I think that there is a lot of lack of communication between the employees themselves, between the employees and the veterinarians, between the shelter and the adoptees, people that are, owners getting their animals back, or people that are adopting out animals. And I've provided a whole lot of ideas for record keeping. BJ keeps telling me that the Shelter Love software does all that, but I have never, ever once seen a piece of paper that is, this animal was checked in, we received him on this date, this is what we did. And it's really frustrating because we have to turn around and call the shelter, and say, hey, did you know this animal had a microchip? And then I don't always get back right away from my text or my phone calls. A lot of times I do. You're pretty responsive, DJ is, and there it is on getting back to us. But if we just had all that when we checked them in, scan for a microchip, this animal had one, we tried to trace it, it's not traceable to an owner, but it's registered to this shelter. All of that helps because when the animal comes to me, I guess one of the first things I do is I microchip scan. And I find a scan, and then I'm like, BJ didn't tell me that this animal had a microchip, or he brought me a chip to put in, or whatever. I'm like, has this already been done? And he'll sometimes confirm that he tried to trace this and it wasn't traceable. Okay, great. Meanwhile, I've done it again. I've called the shelter, I've called the animal, the owner, I've called, I've just spent another half hour doing something that you've told me you've already done. Well, could I maybe have a record of that? Same with vaccines and stuff like that. So if we're doing vaccines on the day they're admitted, is that right? The distempers for
Not
both?
the day they're admitted, because they have to pass a straight hold. So what I tend to do is I would tell you, I have them seen by you. If they get their rabies shot that day, I do the shot that day as well. So we do the vaccines on the same day.
So, if we can have your shelter list and this is the one that I've sent y'all in the past, which I have extra copies, but it's basically, here's the name of the animal, here's their microchip number, and if they don't have a microchip, then fine, bring me a microchip. I don't mind putting them in. It's just getting super frustrating, like the one that Alex had the other day, that she was supposed to put a microchip in a dog that then adopted out. What was that dog's name? Goldie.
Goldie.
Yeah. And we found a microchip in the dog, and this owner freaked out. They love this animal. They'd already adopted it, and they are now being told, hey, we found a microchip and we have to trace it. We got to see if this animal has an owner already, but they've already had it for a while.
Oh, they love it.
They love that dog a lot, and this scared the crap out of them. And it's not the first time that this has happened. I have found microchips on other animals that have been adopted out. But if BJ had found it before, which I don't know if you had found it before, it was basically another one of those unregisterable, untraceable numbers. But you don't know that. And morally, we have to go through the steps in the process. And the same thing happened with that dog that we neutered, Spot. So we neutered him. When I'm having to do all this, I'm scanning, I'm like, oh, he has a microchip. And I asked the owner, did you know he has a microchip? No, I never put a microchip
That
in
was
him.
because that was the whole Corpus Christi thing. I told you about that one.
You did after I called you, after
No, and
again.
I told Allison about that when I scheduled it with her. I told her about it.
But it's the same thing. So when I called the Corpus Christi, so here we go. We've got an owner, there's a microchip, it's not traceable to this owner. She doesn't even know the dog has a microchip. When I called and asked the city of Corpus Christi, I'm like, what are we supposed to do in this situation? They're like, well, the city has to write a letter.
And I reached out to Corpus, I never got responses.
And this is what they told me. The city, the shelter has to write a letter on their letterhead saying that this animal has been in their shelter and it has one of our microchips and it's not traceable. That way the number gets released to the new owner.
Which I emailed their supervisor, I called them, left voicemails, I never heard back.
But in general,
No, I know,
the
I know
whole
what you're saying.
process is so frustrating because I believe that you're doing quite a bit of it in the background, but sometimes I find them and I just want a piece of paper that says, hey, has a microchip, it's not registered, I called. Why should I repeat everything? I feel like at the clinic, we're repeating stuff that's been done that is unnecessary. So that kind of communication is driving us nuts. I need to know, if the animal's been dewormed, flea treated. So even if you're not vaccinating them, you're treating quite a few of them for fleas. I hope so. If they're coming in with fleas, put down there, I need to know the date.
And when I call us and she asks me those questions, I'll tell them, yes, I gave them their flea treatment, I did the dewormer on them, so I tell her when we do schedule it.
But you also should have a record of it,
Yeah,
right? You
the-
can
the
just print
record,
out and
just-
take to them,
Just
right?
print the record and bring it, or fill out
Yep.
something like these, but and I mean, I know Dr. DeVite's getting frustrated too. She's like, I am so done with calling the shelter and asking these questions all the time. I am putting the issue on the owner, on the new owner's problem. The new owner needs to call the shelter and get all this. Why do I need to take time out of my day to try to get all of this information? It's just, I mean, the standard of care that I have seen at other shelters and practices, we are not stepping up to that level, and it's getting so frustrating. And then the other thing is the communication with when somebody adopts an animal and this animal's been spayed or neutered, they need to have written directions. And I get so many owners that come in and I say, did you get the rabies certificate? Did you get the rabies tag? Did you get all these things that we've done? And they're like, no, they didn't give me anything.
And a
No.
lot of times, yes, I do. I give them copies of their adoption agreement and they take it with them. I make sure, I tell them to read it. 9 times out of 10 they don't. I can't make them read something.
No, but,
So.
well,
yeah.
you could have them sign off on it.
No, they do. They sign it. They literally flip to the pages and they just sign it. I tell them, do you want to read it? And I give them a copy to take home. Whether they read it, that's on them. I can't force somebody to sit down
So
and
then
read it.
Spot's owner was lying to me.
I'm not saying she was lying. I know, again, the microchip, I called Corpus, emailed them.
Right, no,
They respond.
I believe that she didn't know that this dog had a microchip, but she came to me upset because of how bad the dog was, that why was my dog neutered? I'm like,
Well, number one, it passed a stray hold. It was the
I
children's
know,
property.
but how
And
come she didn't know that? How come
And
she
again-
didn't know that?
that was my day off. Aaron should have told her.
And that's what I'm talking about, the communication.
And
When
he
it's your
knows-
day off and it's that owners, that just needs to be a standard protocol. Owners need to be given a piece of written, there are some states, Texas is not one of them, where it's required by law to give them post-op instructions and information on all of their medication. Like, you will be fined and have a risk of losing your license and such if you don't give them that information. But she's like, why was my dog neutered? And I did. I'm like, was your dog loose? But I mean, this, again, not my job to be telling her the laws of the stray hold and stuff, but I'm having to explain all of that to her. And then I'm like, well, what did you do with this dog when you took it home? She goes, well, he was playing with my 3 other dogs. So it's one day post-op and he's playing because he wasn't told.
And again, she was, but people, you can tell people one thing and they're gonna tell you.
But it needs to be in writing.
But I thought that every time an animal's getting adopted, I thought we agreed on that last time, that they get a file on
And
their
they
animal.
do. Again, I hand it to them, whether they keep it, lose
And
it.
she told me she didn't have the rabies certificate, she didn't get a rabies tag, she wasn't told that the dog was neutered, she wasn't told to keep it quiet and inactive.
She was told the dog was neutered.
Exactly.
That
So
I
again,
know.
that's, people
She
get
knew that
frustrated.
he got neutered, but she didn't understand why he got neutered. But she wasn't told, keep him quiet, keep him inactive,
That's true.
he needs to wear an e-collar. None of that happened. And I mean, it's just the lack of communication, and we're always backpedaling, trying to fill in the holes, and even when you tell them, and that's what we have to do at the clinic most of the time. It's like, I know that if a person is reaching down and petting, oh, I'm so glad to have you back, it's like, they're not listening to anything you say. It needs to be in writing, and they need to be given a piece of paper, and yes, then they have the opportunity to read it at home. But they don't hear you half the time. We're used to that in veterinary medicine.
Well, what I'll do is I'll review what we're giving them currently, and if it's not, it will be implemented. And at some point, it's gonna fall on the new owner, that even if they don't hear it, but we have documentation. So
Right.
I'll make sure that we're giving them what they're supposed to get, and what they do with it after they leave the shelter, and what they tell you.
And again, in that doctrine, it says, we told you everything that we know about this animal. And anything else is your responsibility. Again, that's in there. Now, whether they read that,
But if you're giving them the piece of paper that says they got this vaccine and this deworming, when they come to me for their boosters, every last one of them is saying, no,
and
I
again,
don't know what he's had. They said you would know, and they didn't give me any paper.
no, and I know for a fact when I release the animals, they get that because I give it to them.
Okay, well, if Aaron is doing it improperly, aren't you overseeing whatever Aaron's doing, and shouldn't he be doing the exact same thing? So
He
that's,
should, but if it's my day off, I'm not with him, I
but
can't
it
be there with
shouldn't, the standard of care shouldn't fall down just because it's your day off. I mean, the same problem that we had with the, you know, when I went in there, I had taken care of a bunch of kittens, and there was 5 kittens in there the night before, and the next morning I arrived at 8 o'clock in the morning to help clean cages, and I'm like, there's only 4 kittens in this cage, oh my God, I put 5 in there yesterday, where's the other? And I mean, I am freaking out that a 1-pound kitten is loose and gone in the shelter. And we hunted the shelter, and we searched, and we looked, and, you know, finally I'm texting BJ, and he's like, oh yeah, I adopted them out last night. Well, why does Aaron not know that?
And he did, again, I told him, whether or not he remembers or whatever, I told him.
I mean, he was there, he was with me, helping me freak out, trying to find a lost kitten in the shelter. So is there not a board or a checklist? If you went to that paperwork in the computer, would it say adopted?
And he tells me every time an animal's adopted, I tell him.
You
And
didn't-
yes, no, there's the
you
paper
didn't-
because
You
we
didn't
got.
tell him when Tony got adopted. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
I
there's,
can tell you that because when I went in to see,
And again, the
sorry, that's a
adoption
bottle
forms
fed.
sit on that desk, so when he sits down, he sees it. Or he should see it. Again,
I can tell you, I freaked out when a cat that I bottle fed for 3 weeks was just gone.
yeah, this was, I arrived, this isn't even the same cat.
I know it's the day before,
It was the
Same
same
group.
week, it was the same week, but I
I'm
mean,
like-
I am,
where's Tony?
I'm like, why is this not written somewhere that I can see that, yes, adopted, yay, I'm so happy, instead of my heart sinks and I'm freaking out because I'm thinking this cat got eaten by a dog in the back somewhere.
But it seems like we're talking about the same thing a year later.
Yeah, no, it's
We are.
communication, there's gotta be some, I mean, do we have a big whiteboard and let's check off when somebody's adopted, and I'm like, you know, oh, there's supposed to be 5 kittens in this cage, oh my God, there's only 4. Oh, look, one got adopted and scratched off, yay. I mean, there's just so much lack of communication between you and Aaron, between the employees and the owners, between you guys and the volunteers, everything. There's gotta be some ways to make communication happen better.
And I have a question too. So rarely does an owner keep the name that the
Right.
dog or cat has at the shelter. How do you cross tie those?
I mean, if they never reach back out to me, I never know what the name is. I mean, I can ask them, and if they don't answer me, they don't answer me.
Well, but because we'll find out.
We-
They'll take them to the
Yeah, we
clinic.
cross time.
Oh,
We
you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
because it'll say Goldie, it'll say Goldie Shelter Peaches. We will include the whole, because we put the name shelter in every animal that gets adopted. We add it on the end so that we can search backwards and find which ones came from the shelter.
And do we have a methodology for ensuring that any unneutered cat, because it's never the dogs, but any unneutered or unspayed cat comes back to be spayed or neutered? Because we let a lot of kittens go that are fully functioning for reproduction.
All I can do is reach out to them.
Do we have a list of,
Because I can go on shelter, it tells me who's neutered and who's not neutered or spayed.
I
So it'll
can
be
tell
like,
you
let's
that-
say, like with the fajita, one of the kids got adopted, it'll be fajita, it'll have a red X on it, and that means it's not fixed.
but you have to go and look for fajita. There's
Which I
nothing that
can-
comes up that says, these are the cats that got adopted and they're neither spayed nor neutered.
On shelter that has the whole list of the animals, you can name, neutered or not neutered. You just scroll down. and
So
it
on your
shows.
daily report, do you put how many animals are adopted?
Yeah,
or not?
so I'll put like,
And
I'll
so
show
can
that,
you just put
so
their
what
names on
time-
there? So we just, I mean, or who or what? or, I don't know. Say like there's 4, just,
Yeah, is there a folder or an accent or a whiteboard or something that's
We do have a
accessible to
whiteboard.
everybody?
We have
Well,
2
nobody uses the whiteboard.
They
we
do,
do have one.
Or
not necessarily.
And I was just
for
looking
that.
at it the other day, we need to update it.
The dogs are fully updated. I gotta update the cats on it because the cats have recently been moved.
Yeah.
But
I
the
just-
dogs are fully updated.
I want you to go in there and say, look for adopted cats or dogs, unaltered.
Mhm.
Is there, can
We
you do
need
that?
another big
The-
board. in
the-
back.
Do you do that?
Yes.
Okay.
the other cities that do that, and there's not many cities that
Track
release
that?
that release animals unspayed or neutered, but when they do, they require a deposit from the owner. Pay a $50 deposit, you will get this back when you bring me a certificate from your vet that says it happened. And that's the way the majority of cities will get,
Is it,
they get past
I
that.
just think about all these kids.
Because if you're gonna adopt out a 2-week-old kitten, yeah, or I mean, a 6-week-old kitten,
Yeah.
you're not gonna spay or neuter it just yet.
No, and they need a home, because otherwise we end up
Right.
with grown cats.
We have 50.
Right, but,
Yeah, I know.
but they do require deposits and then other cities get that money. That's how they handled it in Austin for the longest time. I assume they're still doing it that way. I did a lot of shelter work with Austin.
Well, I know Austin, their new thing, they don't even have a stray home. Once the animal goes in, it's the Austin Animal Care, or whatever
It's
they
their
call themselves.
property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you pretty much do everything right there.
Well, cats are always that way at the shelter now. And unless it's a cat, an older cat like Sunny or Pup, well, Sunny really, but we think might have had an owner at one time, but the rest of them, we don't. We look.
Yeah, 'cause the
right-
kittens that I know were found in a box or found outside, they don't, those little kittens
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
have owners.
I
Little
get it.
baby ones, they,
Mhm, I get that, they're automatically a shelter
Yeah.
cat. I get it, and I think that's fine, because most people don't go looking for their cats. They don't let them outside, or at least shouldn't, but just a question, it just freaks me out, the number of cats, male and female, that we adopt out, and we have no idea if they ever get a molted.
I mean, I can quickly change it to where they don't get released till they're fixed at all.
Nope,
That's
that
fine.
didn't work
I
out
can
with,
do
that
that.
didn't work out with that last 4, did it?
I know,
They were altered, but they never got
yeah,
adopted.
I mean, like I said, we
I
can
can
do
think
that.
of
That's not a
circumstances
problem.
where we got cats pregnant at the shelter.
Really?
We've had a cat that came into the shelter before.
We've had them that come in that are pregnant, yes.
No, but I mean, there's,
No,
I think so.
no.
Okay, I've been doing this for about 4 years. I think there is an
Maybe
example.
before us.
I know when I first started, we had a black cat that was pregnant that Rick didn't know about.
Huh.
So I remember one day I looked down there and I moved a box and there were kittens. I'm like, hey, Rick, you know, there's like kittens right there. And he goes, no. And I'm like, what? Kittens right there.
Princess was pregnant.
So,
Yeah, I know there have been pregnant cats that come in there, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh dear God. But
what do you
it is
think,
a fear. Now, like pumpkins.
what do you
little
think,
too old,
Lieutenant
move 'em out.
Rivas? Do you, I mean,
We'll come up, what I'll do is I'm gonna sit down with Aaron and BJ next week, and we'll go over the list of items, that were brought up on the,
can he have a copy of that?
Oh, God, yeah, yeah. I mean, there's multiple pages there.
Make sure
And
Lieutenant
then-
Rivas gets one of them.
Here's and I mean, the microchip scanning. I mean, I've been microchipping animals for 20 years and there are so many things that can go wrong and it's absolutely amazing how many people don't realize how difficult it is. So now I actually help teach and supervise the same problem at the park and with the turtles. So same microchip, same scanner.
Oh, really?
Oh, God, yes.
Hmm.
It's all the same. And I mean, numerous times animals have gotten multiple chips put in. That's nothing but a headache. You can't retrieve them. I had somebody that wanted me to take a chip out of their cat last week. No,
Why?
whole nother ballgame,
Okay.
but no. She figured Big Brother was tracking her and the cat.
Oh, my God.
But
Jester,
But multiple times you can get, I mean, we've had turtles with 2 or 3 chips in them. That's because of inadequate scanning. You're not finding the chip to begin with. You're getting in too much of a hurry, you're putting another one in, and then all of a sudden you've got multiple chips. Well, it happens in dogs as well. And you have to be really just careful about being. A lot of people hold the scanner. So I don't have a good example. The scanners are shaped like this and people will hold them this way. They don't work that way. They have to be held this way. And so they're holding them wrong. Scanning the whole body, those suckers migrate. Everybody puts the chips in the shoulder blades between the two. And we find chips at the bottom of the elbow
I had one
sometimes.
dog that came in and it
They-
was pretty much almost down on its butt.
They do. So you have got to
Not
scan the entire animal because they will migrate on you. So there's,
Especially when they're puppies and you get them done, the body grows, so I mean, naturally it's gonna.
they just, if you, yeah, you get them in that little sub-Q fat layer and it can go anywhere. So there are a lot of, a lot of mistakes made there. I've had, same with the girls, I've had microchips on the floor and just, I was telling you a story the other, just the microchips come with a little packet that has a chip embedded in it, so you can show your owners, the scanners do, so you can show your owners this is what it looks like, this is how it works, this is how. And for like an entire day, somebody had that dangling from the scanner. And they scanned that same chip and wrote it on at least 20 different records.
No
The
way.
same chip. And we're like, how did this same chip number get on so many turtles?
Oh, no.
And it was because they were scanning, not the chip, they were scanning the example. Yeah,
That's like that little puppy that got picked up at the beach the other day. I scanned it for a chip, it came back and it's registered to a 3-month-old cat.
Oh, yeah, you
I
were
called the
talking about
microchip
that.
company and the lady was like, so this is a 3-month-old kitten? I'm like, no. I'm looking out the number and I scanned it. I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is the number.
yeah.
That's
So,
weird.
and then
Well, that
there's,
means they crossed up their.
yeah, then there's data entry problems. There's that.
So there was another thing I wanted to ask you about, Lieutenant Rivas. We've had two more, we've had several dogs abandoned or dumped and
That was my next
all
question.
summer is that, a guy drives up to the shelter and Aaron says, we're full, we can't take it. So he goes to the swimming pool. He's got his license plate number and all that. And he goes to the swimming pool and dumps the dog over there. So I guess y'all checked out the license plate number and it's to
This is
some
like
old lady or something.
Yeah, who said she just sold the car?
Yeah, so is there, yeah. So the guy just has driving his car around in his old lady's name.
Right, not right.
And it was a Nebraska plates, but also we have a dog that the people live here that abandoned a dog.
Yeah, there's pictures on Facebook of that dog.
Yeah, that'll be forwarded, I had talked to Aaron about that, I think it was a week before last,
Yeah.
about it.
That's
And,
brown
so
dog.
they're gonna, what he was instructed to do is to type up a memo, basically a complaint, and then we'll forward it over, to patrol, and then we'll get assigned to CID, for criminal prosecution. It'll have to be investigated, and all rules of evidence will have to apply to that.
Is that
So,
the guy with the from Nebraska?
I think it's the one that
That
the
is
one that was
the
dumping
one,
over at the
okay,
park,
okay.
the dog park. If I remember
Oh, yeah,
correctly.
that's the guy from.
Yeah, he said he got the license plate, stuff like that. That's all he asked before. So if you could take their information down as they're coming in.
He said he was going back to wherever,
Yeah,
that he couldn't take him. What a
yeah, I
great
think
dog,
that's the one Aaron ran past me, or no, he didn't run past me. He asked me about situations like so, and then he came back one day, talked to Sergeant Clark about it. He got all the information, so.
But our other dog, the people live here,
The person lives here. and
Petey.
Mhm.
Yeah.
owners live
Petey,
here.
yeah.
Oh,
Where'd you pick him up at?
You said the, Texas Parks or Wildlife.
Yeah, it was
or
over by the,
DPS or something.
I
By
thought
the
that
state
was
park.
Spot.
No,
Over by where?
over by the state park, one of the park ranger people
Right.
found him.
Brought it in.
But
What's
that
State
dog,
Park?
that dog was at the clinic the week before.
What's
Oh, it's like I
state
said,
park?
the state park down 361.
Yeah,
In
so,
Corpus?
Technically, yes. But
That
they
was
brought
the
him to me.
Spot. That was that black and white dog. Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah, it was, because it was lost at the fish pass.
Yeah, Spot was lost in that area,
That's what you told me about Spot. He came from the fish pass down there.
But
He said it was the park ranger that had him.
Petey was the one that, I mean, I don't know how he came into y'all's care. I saw him at the clinic and he had some behavioral problems and I'm basically trying to educate them on what they need to do. And they were just frustrated because that dog has terrible separation anxiety.
Still
Next
does.
thing I know, he's in the shelter.
Yeah, so what do you do about that? I mean, we have a picture of the dog on Facebook and her saying that she hated to do,
Rehome him, yes.
to
she
do
needs
the
to rehome
rehome,
him.
but that post is gone. And she's still on Facebook and still a picture of that dog in her photos. So what do you do about that? You know, she dumped the dog. She didn't.
It goes
bring
to a
it-
criminal matter.
Pardon?
So it goes to a criminal matter, had the investigation completed, so it'll be outside the animal control.
Right, so.
Yeah.
So does BJ turn it in? Do I turn it in? Who turns it in?
Yeah, if it's them that comes in and they have belief that the dog was dumped, and then there's criminal matter, he would basically, him or Aaron would file be the reporting party of the complaint, because now the animal's in the control of the animal shelter, so they would write up a complaint or report it to us, and then, but what I'm having to do is write up a memo, basically a statement, and who they believe the person is, if they have that information, then forward it to our
Because
PD side, and then the patrol will get it, and then forward it to criminal investigations, and they'll do the
we
investigation.
had like 4 or 5 dogs in one week that just got, I mean,
There was,
Skip, Benny, Petey,
Bino,
Bina,
I like
he
Bino.
came in a little bit later, but Bino's a real Bino. Um, um,
So do they eventually get a
Rose-
fine if it's a
Rose-
criminal thing?
Rose
Do
is
they-
by the pier, yeah.
Do they get fined or what is
If
the?
they get
well,
convicted.
state law is,
Yeah,
Class
if
A
you-
misdemeanor.
yeah, it'll be
state law
misdemeanor,
is a
so,
$4,000, can be up to $4,000 fine and up to 1 year in jail. The second offense can be a felony.
yeah, they would be arrested.
Okay.
I mean, it's just getting where everybody says, take it to Port Aransas and dump your dog.
Yeah,
And it's
it's
just
becoming
really,
known that you can
Yes.
just dump your dog here.
just leave it on the beach or just,
Right, because it's gonna get taken care of, yes. And
It's just really
nobody's,
sad that,
well, it is, but there
Um,
needs to be some consequences to kind of start
Other
putting that.
than the.
this
other
dog's
than
a
the
great
dogs,
dog. He's the guy
consequences.
that's so breaking out now. and He's just really upset.
He-
and,
He
yeah.
definitely has separation anxiety.
And,
Oh, he was a mess. He needed to be on medication and that's exactly why he's been done.
maybe we can put him on some down so he sleep at night instead of break out.
He's waiting at the door. He's
Every
Every
morning
morning.
he's waiting at the
Every
door.
morning.
He was in the cat room one day.
Hey, you busted open that door
Oh, that's another thing. The door from the
Dog
Dog
room,
room to
cat room.
the front is really falling apart.
Yeah,
Okay,
both
that'll be on my walk.
And it's probably all out of square and everything,
Yeah,
so
but
I
the-
don't know how you fix it. Cut it
New
crooked.
door.
Well, you gotta have a new door for one, a new
Well,
door
I
for
mean,
two.
yeah, cut it crooked.
But I know, but the door itself is falling.
It
to
is.
pieces.
I mean, the shelter's
You
probably
open
on
it-
its last leg, but I forgot to tell you that because it's hard to shut and I think anybody can get in there. But
You can shut it hard enough that you
That
have to
was the
actually turn that handle, but it's not easy.
So at one time, I kind of looked in our ordinances when I was in a hurry and, Corpus has an ordinance on about, your animals need to be spayed or neutered, and then they have some little clause about, I
You
guess if
pay a-
you're a
you pay a
breeder,
fee or
you pay a
whatever, yeah.
fee. You don't, there's a little permit or something you can get, but,
in.
I know the state is kind of against breeders anymore and a lot of things, but I think they have to have it, a permit or something like that, but I don't know what ours says. Do you know, Mr. Rivas? I tried to look it up, but I just ran out of time. I had the elevator guy come at the same time I was looking all this up, but
Yeah, I don't,
I should know it.
Didn't Corpus has a higher registration. I thought they did. higher registration fee for.
Yeah,
animals.
so if you have an for Corpus, the intact animal thing, I think it's like you pay $250 or
Yeah.
something like that if you want the intact fee, or if it's like a medical reason that the animal can't be fixed.
Well, I didn't know if there's something we could put out even,
I can
On
tell you there's
abandonment,
no
if we
dogs
can-
in Williamstown.
I mean, maybe later on, just put it out there. If you abandon dog in Port Aransas, guess what? And we find out who you are, we're gonna, and you're from Corpus or you're from wherever, we're gonna
It'd be
try to
good,
prosecute you.
it'd be good to put that where, you have the advertisement in the South Jetty, well,
Yeah.
the advertisement, the announcement of how many cats and
I
dogs
don't
we have.
know if you can stop it.
Can you?
I mean, you're not gonna stop people from dumping, that's just,
Well,
people are gonna,
Well,
the
but
only
it
way
would
to
be good
stop,
to
the only way
put
to
it
stop it is to say, if you dump your dog here, it will be euthanized.
and that won't stop it either. Some of the people don't care.
No.
Most of the people that dump them don't care.
It's a fine, just say what you just said, it's a misdemeanor.
I know,
fine.
Freddie
Do you-
Kid
how
had
many-
a
do you know
sign
how
out
many-
front of the
You know that there's
shelter.
a fine for not having your dog on a leash on the beach?
Oh, yeah.
Just saying. Just saying, I mean, if you wanna see a law that gets broken,
No,
all
no,
day,
but
every day.
This is abandonment, and you can put it in the South Jetty, with your
Well,
other
Yeah,
thing.
I mean,
And just say, look, because.
I think we should put it in the Corpus Christi callers,
Yeah.
what we should put. It's like, don't bring your dog over here. It's just such a terrible thing.
It is a terrible thing.
Um,
Fortunately, they all fall in love with BJ, so they're all really good dogs. And a lot of them get adopted. Most of them get adopted at some point in time.
But how many are you talking about, 5 or 6? recently?
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it was
we
like,
were-
it was just within a couple of weeks, it was boom, 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 boom. We
Yeah,
had all these
Peanut.
dogs.
Peanut.
And typically,
Benny,
we'll get down to,
Rosie.
about 6, and we get down to 6 dogs, it's like,
Somebody says something stupid like, look, we've only got 6 dogs.
that's why I
We
never
had
say
2
it.
pregnant
I'm never-
dogs,
Yeah.
and then a box of 3 puppies, but we
Those labs
managed to
went,
get rid
those
of
labs went like,
They,
Wait.
16 puppies pretty quick.
Well, you need to get the word out, and to get the word out is the South Jetty here, because that's where you get the
Mike.
word out about how many animals are at the shelter.
Yeah.
And it's for free.
My
so-
condo owner's friend took one of the black labs, and then Chuck Crawford, one of our council members, he's got one of Rose's puppies. I mean, so,
Well, you have to let people know.
well, the puppies go pretty
There will be
quick.
consequences.
yeah,
Puppies and
I think
kittens go
that's,
pretty
I
quick.
think
Kittens-
maybe a campaign on it at one time later on when we can,
Well, if somebody, give a reward for somebody ratting on somebody dumping an
Yeah.
animal.
I was gonna say,
Give
that's
a
gonna work
reward.
better.
It will, yeah, say,
cause
look,
like with the whole PE
You're
thing,
gonna
I
be
never knew anything about
prosecuted
Facebook
and-
until y'all showed it to me,
and I
and that
only,
was,
I saw it only because I sent her
Yeah.
another stupid meme. And I'm like, when did you send me that?
Of the picture.
But yeah, so if people, if you say give us a $50 reward, if you see somebody dumping a dog and you get some way to track them, wouldn't that work?
Crime buster.
like we have salty paws and we can always help these people somehow, if they can hang on to that dog.
Or cat?
Or, maybe we can help them get it treated, or cat.
Yeah, if there's some way to
And
let people know
so-
that would, I think
well, a lot
that
of
would
times
be
when
super
people do
helpful.
call me and they have problems, I say, you can reach out to them on Facebook, they got their Facebook page.
You can give
If
them
it's
my
a-
phone number.
Well, I don't like giving out people's phone numbers, so
If it
that's why I just tell them to go to the
If it
Facebook
keeps
page.
a dog in the home, you can give them my phone number. I
And if
don't-
it's like I was asked, if it's a food thing, we get so much food donated to us that the dogs can't eat, that I will give you whatever donated food I have.
Sure,
And I tell them that all the time.
sure, and we put it out front.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, so we're willing to help any animal in this area. If somebody needs medical attention or can't afford whatever, that's what we're for. And we've done that several times, but.
So what was the other ordinance you wanted to change at one
I
time?
wanted the microchips to be mandatory. We don't have a mandatory microchip
Yeah.
ordinance. I want one of those.
You can almost set a registration. Remember, we talked about that 2 years ago with a microchip, and just register everybody make a,
Well, it's like another ordinance that a lot
Oh, we
of people
could
in the city
have
don't
a-
follow is the license ordinance if you're a local. A lot of people don't do that.
I don't,
think.
A
I
license,
never
No, I
knew
know.
that.
I know,
does your animal have to be licensed?
if you're a resident of Fort Aransas, yes.
Nobody knows
too.
that.
Cats
Nobody
too?
knows that.
Just dogs, right?
Dogs and cats. I've gotten licensed for cats. Then again, I think for a total year, I maybe get like 5 licenses.
Well, first people have to know.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I mean, I
either.
came from Austin, and Austin does not.
Well, a lot of
require
cities
licensing.
did away with that because now they replaced it with the microchip
Right.
requirement, so.
So,
I
yeah,
know,
it's not required in a lot of big cities anymore. Yeah, no, I mean, not only that, we had to collect it, the vet clinics were required to collect it. And, you know, it'd be $5 or $10 an animal, and we get to keep $1. So we had to do all the paperwork, all the registering, we got to keep $1. But we were required to do that for the city, but then they finally did away with it.
I guess the only bad thing, sorry, I'm having an afterthought about the abandonment thing too, they're just gonna dump them across at Harbor Island or something.
Yeah, like Gladys.
Yeah,
um,
but when they live here and they do it, it's not cool.
No, when
Like I said,
somebody.
we had PD at that time, when you showed me about 2 or 3 weeks, that was after
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah,
So like
yeah. I mean,
never
like I said,
saw it
I
on
sent
Facebook.
Paula something on, I don't look at Messenger a lot. So I sent Paula something on Messenger, and I'm like, oh, Paula sent me something. That's when I saw that picture. I'm like, that's Petey. And then I looked at that girl's Facebook page, and there's another picture of Petey laid on the beach. Hit that beach.
Okay,
We pretty much went
We-
through
we did-
FCG.
Yeah,
like we did last
we
time, we
did
did a
EFG.
general
Now we're on
discussion on the
H.
intake and adoption procedures and on animal care records. And so H, discuss and
Are you
take
gonna-
action on scheduling the next meeting for
hold
them.
on, before you
Before I
get to
do
that,
that,
Are you gonna ask about this?
What was, what do I need to add to it?
We're gonna ask. Where is it highlighted?
What was the question?
The question was, what's the relevance of each person there?
Oh, I was just highlighting that, I mean, this is just Texas statutes.
Okay.
So the Texas statutes require, that we scan for microchips. Doesn't require that we put microchips in, it requires that we scan for them. So that's the first thing that has to be done with the shelter. So that was the main thing that I was bringing up with this, but then it was talking about the committee. We have to meet 3 times a year. And it has to have a veterinarian, a county official, and 1 person whose duties include daily operation from the shelter and a representative from a welfare organization.
Yeah,
Those are state, that's a
That's
state
her.
law.
okay. So we're just extraneous,
Yeah,
you're
just
distracted.
extraneous meat.
but I thought it was
Good
interesting
to
that,
know.
yeah, section 823.004 of the Texas State Code is microchip scanning is required. Once they are in your custody.
Well, again, I think they do it with dogs, but you may be right. They're in a hurry. They're usually holding on to a dog that does not want to be anywhere near that place, or is scared, or is trying to bite somebody, or whatever. So it may not be as thorough as it could be. I don't know how to do it.
Super easy. Everybody should know how to do it.
In service on how to.
And we've done
Yeah.
that. We can do it again.
Now,
I
you
do
can
it with
train
turtles
us.
all the time.
You can train Pam and I.
Yeah.
So one more quick question before we
Okay,
set
No,
the
that's
next
fine.
meeting is, what's the status on getting volunteers through the approval process in a more timely manner? Pam's still waiting on hers. How long ago did you apply? You put in your?
Pam, you
Yeah,
It was at about a couple of weeks after the last meeting.
okay, so 3 months, and then we
What are you
had.
turning into?
I brought it to the police
Mhm.
station. I
Well,
know when
can-
I called, she couldn't find it, so I got another application. I was just gonna.
Okay,
refill
because what
it.
happens, the process is it comes to us, well, depending on return, it can go to City Hall, then it comes to us, and then we look through it, and then it goes to, we do our checks, and then it comes over to City Hall, and I'm not sure that Fran or her assistant does the actual background, and then it gets back to us, and then it goes to the training. So if we don't have it back, then I'll turn one in and I don't remember calling it, it was a
But they're
mail.
supposed to fill it out and take it to PD, right?
Yeah, sometimes they don't, so we get some that wanna
Okay.
some that wanna volunteer for a month, and they turn it in as a month, and I don't know if we can get you in, get approved, and all the time, the months,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
those
yeah.
don't get processed, because,
But we tell everybody to take it right back.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but, so we had, on the 12th, we had 3 people, we had one person that had already turned theirs in and wanted to help, and that's Josh, JB's son, Justin, something like that. And then Charlie Stovall filled one out then and turned it in, Collins took it over and turned it in. So we never hear anything else about it. The person, until somebody says, hey, I applied to be a volunteer, what happened? Like, I don't know.
I email, when I get them, I email the person and let them know that,
Josh and Chris, I'm waiting on City Hall.
I'm sorry.
I'm waiting on City Hall for the other two.
Oh.
For Josh and Chris.
So
What about Charlie?
who at City
What about
Hall
Charlie?
was that?
Charlie Stovall?
That one.
I'm
that
not sure it's
one.
on top, but somebody at City Hall that can do
So-
it.
Okay.
I wanna say.
Is there a way to get an update on that? thing? Like, what about her, do you know?
I called and they couldn't even find
City Hall, and then back to you, right?
Yeah, back to
I
us,
thought
and
it
they're
did, but
clear,
I
because
thought
we
it
can't
was
run them.
because, my
For
background.
legal
check
reasons,
went
we can't run them, we can't use the
through,
system, so they have another system that they can use.
I got you.
So that's why they have to come over
Oh,
here.
I got you.
Yeah, so all stuff we can run, we can use for backgrounds
You need a
is
little yellow card, so
just
you
for
would
criminal
get the
matters.
key.
So because it's a volunteer basis, or it's a job
no.
over
I don't.
for
Oh,
police
God.
officer or dispatch, then they get rented that way, but they're volunteer, we can't run it that way, so.
That's a
City Hall-
lot, that's a lot to do to
But I
volunteer,
mean-
right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, once you've been vetted through one organization, are they all crossover? Like I do a lot of the school program with Fort A Parks and Rec and with the Nature Preserve. So once you've been through those volunteer
No,
things.
because I know one of our volunteer firefighters, Caleb, he had to fill out another one just for the animal
Oh
shelter.
my God, I've been fingerprinted by the Coast Guard, the federal government, I don't know how many times I still.
It took Joellen a year to get hers, so,
Yeah.
but that could be because she didn't ask for one.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Yeah, I mean,
Paula doesn't have one either.
yeah,
BJ?
because
Well,
I,
she, again, like I said, if she wants to do that, she has to fill out another volunteer application to do that.
She's our vet.
Well, I know, but I mean,
We'll get one for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll fill it out.
Any more questions?
That's all I had. So the answer is we still don't know how to streamline that process.
So there probably is not gonna be a streamline, that's what it has to be. Because
But
we
it
cannot
takes
run,
months, Joe.
yeah,
takes
that's, I can ask Fran why it takes her so long, and the advisory board wants to know why it takes you so long. But that probably won't go very well, so it's just probably based on what time she has to process those, get those approved and get back to us, so.
So we're the redheaded stepchild.
What if,
No
what if
problem.
you just come and
Not like there's
ask
a ton.
occasionally?
Yeah, you can, you can.
Yeah,
we
people
we
can, and I
we
do
check
tell
up
them to
with
do
her,
that. Call and check and do whatever.
Come and ask.
I have to do fingerprints. through-
Oh, you mean coming next time?
Yeah, I'm scared now they put an application in, just keep checking.
Yeah, that's all we can do, is check the status of it, see where they're at with it, because, you know, they have other duties as well, for the city.
So who do they, so if I say, hey, call who to check on the status? You, BJ?
Yeah, you can email myself, or call me, or, Melinda, I usually give them to her, she walks them over to Fran, and then they do the background and they get back to us as soon as they're done. So,
Okay.
and we can call over.
Sorry. In advance. Okay, that's it. That's all I got.
So 3 months from now is.
Are we gonna have anything from GLO before 3 months? Lieutenant Rickles,
Sorry?
are we gonna have anything from GLO before 3 months?
No, we might
Yeah.
find out a
I
little
think
bit.
that one.
I'm gonna ask
6 months?
Dave's not here, but I go,
Yeah,
no, it
I-
shouldn't take.
It's already been with them for a while, so I gotta see where they're at.
Well, we got the, wetlands thing determination and everything. What
Okay.
he's done, he's redone the lease for the airport
Uh-huh,
in that property. And so that's what was sent in.
okay.
we're just waiting on the answer to see
Of
if
what?
we can put a building on that lease property. where we want.
Oh, okay, now we're in the second.
Yes,
question.
yes, so
Okay,
we're
okay,
not,
Okay,
we're past the
okay.
wetlands
The wetlands.
determination.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
that's fine.
Yeah, I
And
had
so
no idea
we're,
what's going on.
we're trying, the lease property.
Okay. Well, that's why I was asking, will it take another 3 months or less?
I hope not, we're pushing.
Because we need to get, those guys needed that square footage for August, so that way it can get in front of city council, so.
Yeah, well, that's not that guy. I need to call that.
Okay, so can we do it sooner? Because we might hear from JLO instead of 3 months,
Oh, for the shelter meeting?
For the advisory board
like
meeting.
September.
It's actually
Instead of-
more of in the council meeting that you can come to and
Oh,
we
it's in
get
a
that.
council.
so it's not gonna come through here.
Okay. No, I mean,
Yeah, she just
when
was.
can we find out?
Oh, yeah,
For an
well,
update.
I'll text you.
Oh, okay. There we go.
How about
We're
that?
gonna find out so that we know that
Just
things
keep
are
asking me.
moving.
Yeah, just ask me. And like I said, August 11th is our budget meeting. And we might, maybe Dave has something then, I'm not sure.
What time is the budget meeting?
At 3,
Is that on
That's
Thursday?
usually earlier than.
yeah, because it goes for a lot of hours.
But you know, my-
And so,
On Monday? Oh, that's a Monday. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
these, in our budget times, we have special meetings, and like, I'll be here at 2 because there's a RDC. I have to do that before that. So, and then September 11th, we have the final tax budget and everything, that's the final.
So that makes it. Wait,
So all of October is our next, it'll be 3 months
October
from now.
21st.
Huh?
October 21st at 1:30. That'll be the 3 months.
21st.
It's a Tuesday.
for the same thing.
It would be. I'm looking through my stuff, 16th, 21st. Oh, no, that's something different. Yeah, okay.
Good with you?
I think,
Okay.
Same time?
Got it. Here, will this place be torn down yet by then?
I guess we'll find out when we get.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have Melinda send out the
We'll
email to everybody.
we'll be over the, I don't know where we'll be, maybe
We have the
over.
library's got a little room over there. Didn't we meet over there one time?
Yeah, there were.
I think we should meet at the shelter.
Oh, yeah.
About to all stand outside, there's no room for us. all day.
Oh, no, we'll make
That
room.
middle room, we can
We'll
turn
make room in
the
that front little room.
That middle room, we can put that in there.
Okay, October 21st at 1:30 is our next meeting for the Animal Shelter Advisory Council. And so Animal Shelter Advisory Council comments and items for future consideration, anybody? Shelter,
Just the GLO.
Yeah.
Well, just the,
And by
update.
then we'll know, by that time we'll know budgets and
Yeah.
all that
everything.
stuff, so I'll be in October. so.
Excellent.
okay, so it is, let me look at my phone to get the correct number.
hey,
2:39 adjourned.
motion to adjourn.
Motion to
Sorry,
adjourn.
I have to go. I have another meeting.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I don't, I'm gonna go home and take a nap.
I gotta go back.
Go back to library and do a job.
You guys, thank you, Lieutenant.
Yes, ma'am.
BJ,
Thank you, BJ.
are you gonna do 7 o'clock in the morning, Fanta, or you want me to come in and do it?
Yeah, so I'm here at 6, so.
I know, but you said you had something you had to get done tomorrow. Huh? I thought you were going first. I swear you said that.
No, Vinny goes to the vet tomorrow, but besides
No, but I
that.
thought you said you had to go do something.
What's he going to that for?
When he got into it with you that one time, he has that little,
Oh, he got into it with you?
someone came up on a bike and they got excited against the fence and they went.
Was it me?
No.
Okay, good. That would make me feel bad.
Some guy was coming to look at the cats when he pulled up, he pulled a little